Hello there, Stampers. I've got a fun card for you today. This is one of my Christmas cards that I just started, and I just wanted to teach you how simple it is to make snow in your cards. So we're going to do this snowy scene, and we're going to start right away with a basic white panel that's 3.5 by 4 1/4, and you can get all the sizes for the panels down below this video. Just click show more and they're all listed there, along with the links to the products that I use that'll take you directly to my online store. So we're going to be using the Trees for Sale stamp set. Don't overlook this set. It has some really great trees in it that you can do two-step trees or single trees like what I used them for today. And then you could build a tree lot, or you can just use the trees as part of your scenery for your scenes that you create. So this is by Stampin' Up, and it's in the June-December mini catalog. I call it the holiday catalog because it has all the holiday stuff in it. So we're going to get going on this. The first thing I want to do is take a post-it note. These are 3 by 5. You could also use 3 by 3. You just have to put 2 of them together to mask your area. So these 3 by 5s are a lot easier to use. Now this is the sticky part up here, and I'm just going to rip just part of the sticky off, and I'm making little like hills and valleys, just tiny ones. I'm only ripping like half of that sticky off, just remember that. So it's just this little piece. Okay, and then I'm going to mask just a little more than half of my scene here. There we go. And I'm going to start right away by putting in the sky colors, and I decided to use Orchid Oasis. This is a beautiful purple, and I'm putting this in using a circular motion all over, and I'm making sure that I come down and onto this post-it note some. This is such a pretty sky color when you put it with Starry Sky, which I'm getting ready to do. So I'm getting another blending brush. I have a blending brush for each of my color families. Like I have one for purples, one for blues, one for greens, etc. Keeps me from having to clean them so much. Now with this Starry Sky, it's a dark color, so we're going to put this at the top of our cardstock, and I'm going to cover up about 2/3 of this Orchid Oasis up here. And you want this good and dark so that we're going to put snow in our sky, and you want it to show up. Now when you're using a circular motion, you want to make sure that you're not doing a racing stripe when you're so a circular motion helps you keep that so it's not so straight across. Okay, so we got that in. Now we're going to bring in some Tuxedo Black. This is from Memento. And we're going to be using, this is the, let's see if it's the largest tree in the set, and it is not the solid one, it's the detailed one that I'm using. So I'm going to ink this up real well. And you can make any size trees with this large tree here. So I'm going to start with a small tree over here on the right. And then I'll make a taller one next to it. And I just want to vary the heights of my trees, so you don't have them all the same size, so they don't look like little soldiers standing there. You want it to look a little more natural. So I'm going to leave a little gap in them. It's always nice. And then I think I'm going to add just a taller one over here, just a little bit on that side. Okay, so there's that. So there's our trees. And then when you peel this off, your trees are on your snow. They're not like hanging out there in the sky or anything, because you've got part of them on here. And so that keeps your snow nice and clean, and you can vary the height of your trees. So we're going to use this same Post-it note. And for our snow, I just want to move this Post-it note so we have a different pattern going with our snow. I don't want our snow to look the same, the ups and downs. So I moved it over. Okay, and then to make our snow look cold, I'm going to bring in Balmy Blue. This is a great cool blue. So I'm going to just do a little circular motion here along this Post-it note edge. And I'm leaving plenty of white there showing. So make sure you're just doing it at the edge and using a little circular motion. You don't want to cover up all that white, because that is your snow. And see, there is our first hill. And then for down here at the bottom, I wanted this big drift, my ground area here. So I'm just going to put some of this Balmy Blue at the bottom. There we go. And that's how you make snow. Now you can do hills and all kinds of stuff with it. You just play with it. Depends on how you put your Post-it note. Like if I wanted to do hills, I would have turned my Post-it note this way and did my lines. I'm sure I'll have a tutorial on that. I love making snowy cards at Christmas time. This is a fun card that you don't have to worry about putting a whole bunch of postage on. It goes together really fast. So we're going to put our sentiment on right now. I like to always put my sentiment first. That way I can kind of work around that, because that's pretty important to have on your card. It's your sentiment. This says Christmas greetings, and I just stamped that in Memento Tuxedo Black. Then I'm going to add my little puppy here. He's in that set, the Trees for Sale set. So he's kind of fun because he's just having a good old time in the snow. And I'm going to stamp him up here. There he is. And I'm going to stamp his little footprints. Now kind of watch with this, because you want to make sure the footprints are going the right direction. Make sure the toes are going to the left. I had to think about that for a minute when I was stamping those footprints for the dog. And I did that all in Memento Tuxedo Black. Okay, so now we have our snow and our trees and everything, and I just want to add some snow to the trees. So I'm going to use a white gel pen. This is a Signo that I got from Amazon. I'm just going to add some slashes here with a white gel pen to create snow on my trees. And some over here. Just kind of scribbling it on. And there is that. And then you can add some dots in the sky if you want to. Just for snow. I would do some random dots. You don't want them to be any uniformed at all. So you want to do them quickly, otherwise you'll get a pattern going. There we go, maybe a couple over here. And there we have our snow on our trees and some snow coming down in our sky. And that is our entire scene. So that goes together super fast. So now for our card to put it together, I have a Balmy Blue card base here, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, and then I folded it in half to create a quarter card. Inside I added a basic white panel that's 4 by 5 1/4. And then on the front, I put a Starry Sky panel on here that's 3.5 by 5 1/4. And I have it over to the left side. So I have a Balmy Blue panel that's 3 5/8 by 4 3/8. It's just 1/8 longer and wider than our main panel. And I'm going to adhere this to it. Get my glue out here. Let's add some love. This is just a little weeny layer, and it just distinguishes your main panel from that background that we put on there. See how that makes it pop against that Starry Sky. So I'm just going to adhere this on. This is a nice flat card. You don't have to worry about putting any additional postage on. Or you could bling it up as much as you want. There's plenty of room for ribbon and such. So there's my finished card. Here's my original. And that's our card for today. I hope you enjoyed this project and that you give it a try. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye.